Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another podcast. I know that everything has been up for a little while, so Kathy holding it down. Hey, you know what? At the very end of the podcast, when I do close it out, don't jump out. I made something special. That's why I was taking such a long time to kind of get on here. Pretty much just trying to bring a little bit of something to the podcast itself. But anyways, go ahead and share this out. I'm gonna share this out on different socials while I give time for people to kind of jump in, so that way they can see what we're talking about today. But today is a little bit of a what if type of podcast. Okay, so I'm going to be talking a little bit about Android 11 Go Edition, and for those who don't know what Android 11 is, then I am definitely going to explain that. I'm also going to talk about a what if subject. What if Google decided to build a entry level budget Pixel? What would that do for Google? Like, oh my gosh, there's so much to kind of talk about in today that I'm just going to kind of go all over the place. This is going to get absolutely crazy. So, anyways, guys, I'm going to cue that intro. We're going to get started right now. And I completely left your comment up there up in view. So let's see what we got here. We got Kimon. Hey, what's going on, man? Art Dog. Can't believe there is a Go. Yeah, definitely. There still is. Android Go is still popping over there, man. So yeah, I mean, Android Go Edition has been around for a long time. Initially, just so that no one gets the wrong impression, today is a bunch of what ifs, right? So like I said in the very beginning, before I cued that intro roll, we're going to be talking about, first I'm going to talk about Android 11 Go Edition. That is an actual thing. I'm going to explain what Android Go Edition is, what it's for, what the intentions are by Google to do that. Then I'm going to roll into a bunch of what ifs to really just kind of get that going. So yeah, I wanted to play around with format today and just have a little bit of fun with it. You know what I mean? So don't mind all these animation effects and things like that. That's just to kind of give it a little something. Yeah, so let's kind of like go into all the And so, okay, right now I'm going to share my screen and show you guys what Android 11 is. Oh, so soon. Yeah. No, yeah, it's available. If you have an Android Go device. So for those people who don't know what Android Go Edition is and what Android Go 11 Edition is, I'm going to definitely explain that. But first of all, yeah, I normally don't do this, but the roll call. So we got Red Rum inside here. We have Kathy, we have Kimon, Art Dog. So thank you so much for coming in. Gene G Tech. Yeah, let's just get it going as more people come in. Big John Tech Reviews. Yo, Tito, what's up, man? Hey, dude, what's going on, bro? Some exciting things, at least for me, okay? Because I am a massive nerd when it comes to Android and Google products and things like that. So then I kind of like, my mind just freaking goes everywhere, and I have like all these crazy ideas, and Google should hire me. I'm just gonna say it straight out, right? Google should hire me. All right, so let's go ahead and get what Android Go 11 Edition is, and it's kind of like crazy. So I'm gonna kind of put it like that. Let's see here. Okay, yeah. So we got a good enough view. Actually, let me just full screen this, and that way you guys get a better view. Okay, so Android Go 11. We'll go Android 11 Go Edition. New features coming to more devices. Okay, so basically, I'm not going to read too much out of it, but obviously improving communication, privacy, and usability. So on Android 11 Go Edition, apps launch 20% faster than they did on the Android 10 Go Edition, making it easier for you to switch between apps without your phone getting bogged down. So, pretty much goes over that. We have some little animations here. Let me just kind of go into that so you guys can see it much better. Little demonstrations here. So, I mean, yeah, that's actually kind of nice. Something that you can do. Grant individual apps one-time permissions to access sensors like your microphone and camera locations, or camera and locations. Sorry. Um, so now in the Android 11 Go edition, it has the ability to do several different things, as you guys can see, and there's a lot of Android Go apps. So I'm really going to kind of explain that here. But yeah, just like a general idea. So it's actually becoming a little bit more better. New app features this year. We've also introduced improvements to our suite of apps that were specially designed for entry-level smartphones. For example, Safe Folder. Safe Folder is a new feature in Files by Google that protects personal files from being opened or accessed by others by storing them in a 4-digit PIN encrypted folder. So you can actually store like a bunch of photos and things like that that can only be accessed when you type in your 4-digit PIN and encrypts the folder, so that way no one can actually see what's inside that folder. So more memory, more devices, more options. In the past 2 years, smartphone manufacturers have produced high-quality Android devices with features like dual cameras or fingerprint scanners at more affordable prices. As more of these memory-intensive features come to entry-level smartphones, our partners have asked us to improve performance on these devices, particularly around speed, storage, and memory. So starting next month, Android Go Edition will be available on all new devices with up to 2 gigabytes of memory. With the expansion of 2 gigabytes, apps launch up to 20% faster, and with additional 270 megabytes of additional free memory, people can now run 3 to 4 more apps in the background. Android Go on 2 gigabyte devices also comes with up to 900 megabytes of additional free storage space, enough to take up to 300 more selfies and download an entire movie. Okay, so why is this important? Why did I want to talk about this today? So I'm going to really kind of explain this the best way that I can. All right, so let's just kind of go with it like that. Let me check out the comments here. So we have, I wonder if Google will do a spin-off of the Play Store that just offers Go apps, games, and etc. Possibly. They possibly could. That's a very good question, Kathy. Okay, so for those who don't have any idea what Android Go Edition is, because there's so many things that Android Go launched when Android One launched, right? So we know what the Android One program is. That's basically just like how, technically it was the renamed Google Play Edition, right? So like we had the HTC One Google Play Edition, and it was basically stock Android instead of HTC Sense on those smartphones. So the same thing went with the Android One Edition. However, I believe that Motorola was one of the ones that partaked in the Android One program, and so did Nokia. Well, we got people coming in right now. Hey, isn't Google Go on low budget devices? Yes, it is. Not just low budget devices, but just basically low spec devices, which generally always comes out to be low budget. But the entire intentions of the Android Go program was that they intended, because like in India, in in Africa and places like that, like network build outs there is not the same like how it would be like here in the US. As a matter of fact, there's some places that still rely on 3G or even 2G speeds. So the Android Go Edition, the software itself was basically made to run on low power devices, but be able to be just as smooth as your high mid-rangers, was the entire point of the Android Go program. So, and stupid me, I forgot to turn off notifications on my phone so they want to interrupt. So let me do that right now. I'm so sorry about that, guys. Guys and gals, let me just be more specific. All right, so pretty much turned all that off. So Baby Yoda, what's up, bro? Hey, how's it going, man? I'm doing good today. Thank you for asking. How are you doing? So yeah, we're right now talking about Android Go, and really, just talking about this wonderful platform by Google, which is absolutely amazing. And big shout out to my lovely missus. Hi, babe. I love you. You're very beautiful today. I love you, and I hope you're doing okay. Hopefully, I'll be entertaining you with my podcast, since I know that you are at work alone. So I'll make some of your time go by faster. But anyway, so the Android Go Edition really was particularly for that. So when they had the Android was it commercial for Android Go. I'm not gonna play it here because I ain't trying to get in trouble again. But literally, like it just showed in places where Android Go would mostly be featured at, in places that basically, low end budget devices would really be able to harness the power of Android without feeling like it was low end. So you had various apps, and as a matter of fact, those people who have Android devices may, depending on your OEM, may have access to Android Go apps already. So like, I've done it before on my Pixel 3a and on my Pixel 2 XL. I've actually force stopped and disabled the Google app, Gmail, the Chrome browser. I've disabled all those and then downloaded the Go versions of them. Go Maps, Go, Google Go, Gmail Go. I've tried those out, right? Very minimal. Okay, so don't expect so much. Don't expect it to do as much as the normal apps would, because that's the entire point of the Android Go, is to give you the basics, the bare necessities of the application itself. So like Gmail Go is going to give you access to your Gmail, but it's not going to have Google Meets intertwined with Gmail. So you won't have that natively built in. Certain things you'd be able to do in Gmail, you won't actually be able to do in Gmail Go, right? The basic necessity of Gmail Go is just to open, check, read your email, and respond. If there's hyperlinks inside there, you'll be able to click it and, basically do what you need to do with that. So, yeah, it's a very interesting thing. And I'm actually, I'm thinking this is actually gonna be pretty cool. This kind of ties into my what if topic for today, which we'll get into here in a little bit. But yeah, I'm still like playing with format with my podcast. I'm sorry, I'm doing certain things, to try to help out. So let me get this going here. That way I can pop it in there. Wait, that's not right. There we go. Sorry about that. I'm trying to get all this stuff done. Okay, boom. Let's see if that works out right. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I have PayPal, I have Cash App, right? And definitely trying to get things moving with this channel and doing more, more things with the podcast and future things, right, going on, which will actually be something pretty cool. When Lawrence pops in later on, I'll have him explain a little bit about what Aloha Fridays podcast is going to be about, and eventually, because he is co-hosting it with me, by the way, so I do want to let you guys know that I have a co-host for the Friday podcast. It's going to be pretty interesting. But anyways, so the Android Go, really cool thing. Like I've always wanted like OEMs to really open up their low end, or not low end but entry level devices and low mid rangers, to kind of open that up like after they've passed like their 2 years of their time. Like let's say somebody, because not everybody can always afford to upgrade to a new phone every 1 year, every 2 years, or even every 3 years. I know people who hold on to their phones for like 5 or 6 years. We'd be absolutely cool if Google would utilize that with the OEM partners that use Android and say, hey, like after 2 years of your device, if you're not planning on doing any more like updates on them, whether it be like a full OS update or even security patch updates, open the bootloader, unlock the bootloader, and allow people to install Android Go editions on their device, so that way they can still maintain them, run them, and use them. And yes, of course, it's going to change the entire dynamic of the entry level device, because it will no longer have the skin that say like a Samsung entry level, it would no longer have that, or even an LG skin on it. It would no longer have that. It would be stock Android, Android Go 11. It would be that, totally that, nothing but that. And I think that would be a great way to reduce waste. You know what I mean? Because I know that these companies want to make money. I totally get it. They want people to upgrade. They definitely do. But for those people who just can't, right? Like, why do they have to remain in the dark? Why do the devices have to be vulnerable to viruses like Hogstrand 2.0, right? I've talked about that before, because that's one virus that I definitely say people need to be careful of, because the way that virus runs, or it's actually malware, and it's only installed if you sideload third-party apps. So if you download APKs and you install them that way onto your Android device, that's more than likely how you get Strand Hog 2.0. So I would really, really love the program to pretty much take off. You know what I mean? So it'd just be totally great. Just be totally cool to see where this is going. But love the fact that Android is still looking at various places that have only have access to what we would consider entry level smartphones. And bringing Android Go to those devices. I definitely would. I mean, like, just imagine. So I was like a big fan of the LG G Stylo, like the original G Stylo. I was a big fan of it. A lot of people on Boost Mobile hated it because it only had like 8 gigs of internal storage and 1 gigabyte of RAM, while the Metro version had 16 gigs of internal storage and I think it was 2 gigabytes of RAM. But nonetheless, right? Just imagine if you were able to install Android 11 Go on the LG G Stylo, right? Because the cameras were solid on it. The camera sensors that they used were okay. I definitely think that that would have been something very cool, in my opinion. Definitely would. So anyways, where am I going with this? Because I have a crazy idea when it comes to all of this, and that is, what if just what if Google decided to make a entry level, a budget, entry level smartphone? Like, what would happen? You know what I mean? Because that's something that I definitely would say here, is what would happen? How many people would actually be able to experience the Google Pixel, right? Because we have the flagship line, the Pixels. We have a mid-ranger, the A series. So what would happen if we had an entry level? Boost Mobile used to always get the lower spec version. It's like, yeah. I know what you mean. It was tough. It was tough for those who were fans of the Stylo series and was on Boost Mobile. That was definitely tough. Always having to listen to Metro people like clown us about our Stylos being weaker than theirs. But yeah, what would absolutely happen if Google decided, hey, let's make an entry level Pixel? Of course, they couldn't call it the Pixel C, or they could revive the name Pixel C, because the Pixel C was actually what it was. It was a tablet or a laptop. I think it was a Chromebook. But yeah, they can definitely like come up with some sort of name. I mean, you know what? Like, Phone Jerome was absolutely right. Like, companies, they don't really name their phones all that well. What range would be entry level? So let's just say, since we are like kind of like brainstorming here an idea, let's say the entry, let's call it the Pixel C. Let's just call it that. Let's say Google repurposes the Pixel C name. So then the Pixel C is an entry level device. So for this year, let's say that the Pixel C ran, for sakes until Google makes its own processing chip. Let's say like it runs the Snapdragon 690. Okay. Snapdragon 690. Let's say 2 gigs of RAM, right? Let's go entry level and say 32 gigs of internal storage. Using the same camera sensors as the Pixel, so the IMX 363 for the rear camera sensor, and let's say 12 megapixel shooter on the back. Well, let's say let's just throw a 5 megapixel in the front. Running Android Go 11 on it, and no NFC. Let's see. Oh no, let's throw NFC in there. Let's just throw NFC in there, but no water resistance, right? It's kind of similar to like the A series. Just really dumbed down, and I would say $200 less pricing. Okay. Fast charging with an 18-watt charger, so not a 25, not a 30 watt, but an 18-watt fast charging, and no wireless charging, right? And let's just price it at $199 entry level. So if you go to like various different places, you'll probably get deals on it, right? Like, they'll probably go and cut it at Well, let's say 250, right? Because the Snapdragon 690 is a 5G capable chip, right? So it'll be able to connect to 5G. So let's just ballpark it at $249. And of course, places that would sell it would have some deals on it, like maybe $70 off or anything like that. Basically to bring it down to like 150 or something like that. Entry level specs, right? Android Go 11 would definitely run on that, obviously. And the experience to me, it's stock Android, so it would put the Pixel in people's hands. Now, the reason why I said give it the Sony IMX363 camera sensors, because the same one that's in the Pixel 4, it's been the same ones in the Pixel 3, it's the same ones in the Pixel 4a, it's the same one in the Pixel 5, it's the same one in the Pixel 4a 5G. Google has not strayed away from the IMX363. I don't know why they won't upgrade their camera sensors for everybody, but I mean, yeah. How do I become members to your channel, Tito? So there's a button. If you look, it says join in blue. If you click that, there's various different levels. You can definitely go with the entry level. I think it's like 99 cents a month. There's perks to it. In each level, there's perks that I give. I haven't set up when I'm going to do online gaming on Stadia. If anyone has actually chose that package, but you can do whatever you want, any one of those that you want to, if you want to become a member. I mean, I would absolutely love for you guys to be a member. And right now, what I have in the membership tier is beta. Okay, so that can always be changed. It can always be reworked. The pricing can always change too. But I know my entry is always going to stay at 99 cents, which helps out. It helps out the channel. Where does it go actually? Because I have like right down here, if you guys see that little ticker, it says PayPal and Cash App. I have Cash App. Those donations will go towards production of the channel. And anyone who joins a membership and stuff like that, that money goes to my kids. So that's where it's going to go to. It's going to go to them. So yeah, I'm working hard for them. Let's see. Not a bad sounding entry level. Yeah, not a bad sounding entry level. But the kicker part is, it will put Pixels in more people's hands, right? Because some people kind of like a little bit weary when it comes to the flagship ones, because previous Pixels were like $800 price tag, right? Like when this came out, $800 price tag on it. The Pixel 3, when that came out, it had an $800 price tag on it. So I mean, the newer Pixel 5 is going to more than likely have a $699 price tag, so $700. The 4A 5G being $499, so about $500. There's people who's still a bit leery about that. Like they don't want to spend $500, because today cost of living has changed dramatically, right? A lot of things cost more, right? So when people spend money nowadays, $100 feels like you're spending $50. When you spend $50, it's like you're spending $10. Like I can go to McDonald's today, and if I decided to go to McDonald's, I can buy myself something to eat. Well, let me just turn it around. My wife can take us to McDonald's today. Let me be real about this. And she could be buying herself something to eat. She could be buying me something to eat. My eldest son in the house, because my oldest son lives with his mom in Texas. But my eldest son in the house, buy him something to eat, and then buy the three little ones Happy Meals. And we would easily spend, without using the McDonald's app, because we do use that to take some pricing off. But if we don't use that, it'll come out to about almost $40, right? That's just to feed us all at McDonald's. You know what I mean? Now think about it, like what pricing was back in the day in like 1992. If you went to McDonald's with 4 kids, right? Basically one teenager and 3 little kids, mom and dad. How much would you think you would pay at McDonald's in like 1992? You know what I mean? So like cost of living has changed so much nowadays. People still look at the value of money the way that they looked at it back in 1992, back in early 80s, I would guess, right? So $500, while these OEM companies think that that's chump change for anyone to spend, it's really not. So somebody that's like on the fence about Pixels and doesn't know too much about it may not want to shoulder that risk. Other people would be like, it's only $500, bro. If you don't like it, you can just sell it on SwapUp. But who really wants to do that? Who wants to buy a phone and be like, okay, I bought the phone, I spent $500 on it, I don't really like it. Now I got to go and take pictures of it and then put it up on the website and hope someone buys it from me, and I don't get ripped off. So Yeah, it's one of those crazy things. I never use Assistant. I know Pixel is 100% Google. Do they still give the opportunity to disable Assistant? Yes, you can disable Google Assistant just by going into managing your Google account, and where it says Assistant, you go inside there. You can disable Google Assistant from proactively listening. So, like, if you don't want it to proactively listen, even though you have it sitting on your desk, you can disable that feature and still be able to activate Google Assistant to ask it questions, or you can completely disable Google Assistant entirely, including stopping access to the microphone. See, a lot of people tend to get afraid because Google is listening. Obviously, that's the way that they set up the AI to be, is to always be listening to what you're saying. So then that way, if it captures things that you're saying or whatever, it can fastly produce search results. And if a lot of people are afraid of that because they're afraid that Google's listening to everything that you're doing, and including when moms and dads are shaking the bed. Keeping this PG here for everybody. So nobody wants anyone listening to that or capturing recordings. So yeah, I mean, you can always go in there and disable it. As a matter of fact, later on today, I will, because since I have Android 11 full version on here, I can do a video screen grab, and I can show you guys how to disable Google Assistant if you guys want me to. But yeah, I'm judging you. Okay. Oh wait, we got one right here. My friend has 5 kids, pays $800 a month just on child support. And he also spends more money even after the child support. More kids, more money when eating out. Yeah. Tough spot to be in when it comes to it. But I mean, to me, when it comes down to child support, I think most of the times I feel like that both parents should be able to mediate that, and come to a level, because I can't be cold and say that, you made the child completely, support it, because I understand where dads come from too, where dads have to also be able to pay the bills at where they're at. If they don't pay the bills where they're at, then how they're going to be able to go to work to make that money to give the support. So I always feel like that parents should come together and mediate, but that's a totally different thing and not something I want to talk about. But I understand where you're coming from with all that. Yeah, things today is not cheap. No matter what, OEMs think out there, like, oh yeah, this shaking the bed, yeah. Not afraid. Just haven't really wanted to. Oh, okay. Cheaper to. But where was I going with this? But yeah, having an entry level Pixel device, would definitely make it where people would be like, hey, you know what? Like, I can shoulder $250 or less. Like, I can shoulder it. Like, I can, if I can't afford it at $250 at launch, I definitely will go on sale like around Christmas time and probably go down to like $150. Maybe a Black Friday sale, $99 to get a Pixel C. Pixel C. Come on, Google, pay attention here now. Google, you better be watching this. This is on your platform, YouTube, so Google, you better be paying attention. But like, $99 on Black Friday, boom, you just put more pixels in people's hands. You just did. And since Google's main thing, right? Because I'll say it again, Google's main thing with the pixels is still photography. It's camera, not videography, not camcorder. So yes, while videos on this won't be as good as the iPhone 11s, the iPhone 11 Pros, the still photography. However, Google needs to stop relying on the Sony IMX363 sensor, because other OEMs are starting to beat the Pixel's still photography, because they're upgrading to various different camera sensors. And I'm not saying that Google's got to put like 8 different, like, we don't need the Pixel 6 to have camera sensors just run in a straight line down. We don't need that many, right? But the ones that we do absolutely need, in my opinion, is a three sensor setup. Obviously, a main sensor, a ultra wide sensor, and a telephoto sensor. While people think, why would you want a telephoto sensor? The things that I can do with this in Zoom is amazing with the telephoto sensor. Okay. Am I missing ultra wide? No, but that's me. I'm an introvert. I don't have, 18 friends on a Friday night drunk that I want to take a photo of all of them, just all bust and all hammer and everything, just everyone squeezed together. Like, no. But other people do, and I have to be sensitive to other people and their opinions and their point of views, right? Because it's not all about me. Android is, be together, not the same. So we're all different in different ways. Um, hey, bro, has the battery life gotten better on? Mine's is not the XL. Mine's is actually the Pixel 4. So mine's is the one with the 2800 milliamp hour battery. Can I say that the battery has gotten better on the Pixel 4? Yes, it has. Will it get you through an entire day on a single charge? No. So I can have my Pixel 4 off the charger at 7:45 a.m. and I'll have to top it up by 6 p.m. So almost 12 hours. And that's doing very light things. As you see, my window time from like noon to about anywhere between 1 to 2 o'clock, I'm on a podcast. So I'm not actually using this. When I get off my podcast, then I'm watching YouTube videos. I'm checking out Phone Jerome. I'm checking out Carlos S. Tech. I'm checking out everybody. So that's kind of like my day. So there is like want to say a 2 hour window where I'm not actually using it and it's on standby. So technically, it's not getting close to 12 hours. It's probably getting about maybe 9 hours of battery time on very light usage. If I was to go like all hammer and turn back on, the 90 hertz refresh on this, turn back on motion sense that I don't use, then I could probably, kill the battery off in about 5 hours. So it's actually gotten better. But I think a lot of people still won't look at the Pixel 4 as a daily driver device because people's standards today, they want a battery that will last from 7:45 a.m. till about 10 p.m. at night. So they want it to last that much long on a single charge. Um, you're one of the few unafraid to say that about the Pixel. To say what? Um, I'm not entirely sure because I have ADHD, so I kind of like my brain runs 100 miles an hour ahead of me. Um, but yeah, if you're saying about the battery life that it doesn't last like an entire day, no, it doesn't. It won't go that long. It's okay for me. I can handle that, because I work from home. I do podcasts. I talk to everybody on here about Android and Pixels and iPhones and stuff like that. And I make money doing this. This is what I do. Do I push everybody to give me money? No, I don't. It's there for you guys if you guys want to donate. But just giving a thumbs up and watching and stuff like that really tremendously helps out the podcast. So I mean, it's good for me. Oh, it needing a new sensor? It does. It does need a new sensor, Art Dog. It really does. And you know what? I really wish that Google will pay attention to that. Using the same camera sensor in like, already right now, Pixel 3, Pixel 4, Pixel 4a, Pixel 5, and 4a 5G is going to get the same sensor. It's going to get the same sensor. So, I mean, come on. They if they want to continue to being king of photography, they have to look at their competition. They're already dropping down their specifications on their phones to make it more affordable. So they're not trying to challenge the $1,000 phones anymore. Now, pretty much Google is trying to stay in its lane, which is just build solid, good devices that run stock Android. But their main thing is camera. And they're going to lose. Look at what the iPhone 12 is going to bring to the table. And Lawrence has said it so many times. If Lawrence is in here, hopefully, he says something. But the cameras that the iPhone 12 is going to have, yeah, it's going to steal some of those people who jumped from iOS to Android. It's going to steal them back because they're going to see, I mean, like, there are various different iPhone 12s coming out, including one that is like the size of the the original iPhone SE. So a smaller body form factor, yet larger display because it only has that notch and it doesn't need Touch ID or any of that stuff. So it has like a very, very high screen to body ratio. And people are going to jump back to it. The camera could possibly defeat Google. Like Google is trying to prove a point. I know this. They're trying to prove that with AI technology that they can correct imperfections in photos and bring out very good still photos. Obviously, that's the reason why video sucks on Pixels because the AI can't process frame by frame on video. People take massive amount of videos, right? Let's see. I've been looking Pixel 4 or Pixel 4a for secondary phone. I can vlog my channel there. Pixel 4a is where I would go, bro. Pixel 4a is where I would go because if you're gonna vlog, basically they have the same camera sensors. They have the same camera sensors, so it doesn't really matter. Um, but if you're gonna have a secondary phone, might as well drop 3.5 stacks than going for someone who's selling it for like 600. You know what I mean? Um, if you're willing to wait until the end of this month, you can, try to hold on 5 stacks and some change and wait for the 4A 5G. That way you have a 5G capable phone. The way I see it, the better the software they can run on crappy hardware, then better future proof the company is. Yeah. But I mean, Google's going to lose its position as king of photography because you look at Huawei and what they're doing with their cameras. Their cameras are freaking amazing. You look at what's some of the other ones? I mean, Samsung, the new Samsung devices, their cameras are pretty solid. Yeah. One thing I don't like about Samsung's photo processing is that it oversaturates colors way too much in my opinion. Like this shirt, the way it looks right now, if I snapped a photo with Samsung, it would really darken it to make it more greener, and I don't like that. I don't like things being overly saturated, and that's why I look at Samsung for. I mean, Samsung has a very great ecosystem. Samsung has very good devices on there, but their photography is just overly saturated photos. But nonetheless, they take good photos. Like you look at some of the photos taken from like the Note 20 Ultra with portrait mode, they're coming out really good compared to what I can take with my Pixel 4. So I get Google's trying to prove the point. And again, they tried to do this with the Pixel 3 and the Pixel 3a. Like during the time the Pixel 3 and 3a came out, a lot of companies were starting to add secondary sensors and even triple sensors on their device, right? And they were dedicating specific tasks for each of those sensors. One was the main one was ultra one was a zoom one, or they just had different sensors to do different things. And Google is trying to prove a point that you can take a very good photo with just one sensor on the back. And they had 2 sensors in the front for like an ultra wide selfie, which made sense. I wish they would have brought that back with the Pixel 4 or even the Pixel 5. Because people like to take selfies, you know what I mean? People want to look at the viewfinder before they snap the photo. They don't want to put it on a, one of those selfie sticks, turn it around backwards when you can't see the viewfinder and try to get everybody in the shot, right? So I think ultra wide is more important to me on the selfie side than it is on the back side of the phone. You should have it on both sides, but they definitely need to include it on the selfie cam in the front. That way you can take a groupie, what they call them, right? Groupie, whatever. So my cat's crying. Yeah, is your shirt like a light? Yeah, it is. It's a PlayStation shirt. I get so much compliments on this. Here, I'll stand up. I'll show my fat body to the world. But yeah, it's a PlayStation long sleeve. My wife bought it for me at Walmart. I don't know if Walmart carries them anymore, but this is where I got it, and it was actually on clearance, so I was kind of happy for that. Do you like OnePlus? Wanted to buy my kid a OnePlus 8 Pro for gaming. He loves to game on his phone. So OnePlus is actually pretty good. The only problem with OnePlus is that a lot of people are having, again, and this is like this goes with every device that's manufactured in China. That's really what it is. But me personally, I would say this: OnePlus. If you want to go with something like that, you can. I mean, what does the Asus ROG phone go for? Because that phone, I think, would actually be really good for gaming. Or hold on, let's look it up. I don't know if they have it for 2020, but we can just try with that analogy. One, boom. Okay, so let's go with Tech Radar and see what they got. We're gonna help you out. We're gonna look at this. So let me share my screen here, and I'll show you guys what Tech Radar has to say about it. Oh yeah. Okay, so make sure that everything is looking good on there. We're gonna go switch it up here and just go full screen. Boom. Okay, still loading up stuff. and ads. All right, best gaming phones of 2020, the top 9 mobile. So we'll go with them. See. While I'm going to this, drop your price range on like, what is the max you would pay. So we assembled a list of these phones like the Nubia Red Magic 5G, the Asus ROG 3, the Black Shark 2, and the Razer Phone 2 that are the best gaming phones on the market. Considering since you said the OnePlus 8 Pro, so the Nubia Red Magic that came out earlier this year in 2020, runs Android 10, 6.65-inch display resolution, 1080 by 2340, Snapdragon 865. There's 2 variants, so it looks like the 128 gig is of storage. It has 8 gigs of RAM, but if you go to 256, it's 12 gigs of RAM. Battery, 4,500 milliamp hour battery. Rear cameras has a 64 megapixel main shooter with an 8 megapixel, possibly ultra wide, and a 2 megapixel. I don't know what the 2 megapixels for, but anyways, it's got three camera sensors. Where's the pricing on this? Okay, so this is from various different places, but it's roughly going about $526, $559, and $559 from like different sites from like AliExpress. So roughly about like $600. Let's see other things to notice about it. It also, blah blah. It also supports 5G, of course, and has plenty of power. It's only let down slightly by the 1080 by 2340 screen, which isn't amongst the sharpest around. So. Let's see. So the Nubia Red Magic 5G is roughly going about almost close to $600. So that's for that one. Let's see here. 1,500 max for my son's phone. Wow, lucky. I wish I was your son. The Asus ROG Phone 3. I've heard good things about this one. That's about what you're about to pay for a phone. A little bit more though. So it says like, with Amazon, you can get it for like $1,559. Released July 2020. Currently running Android 10. Will probably run Android 11. It'll get updated. Screen size is a 6.59-inch display. Resolution 1080 by 2340. Snapdragon 865 plus. There is. Oh, okay, because there is 3 variations of it. So if you get the 128 gig model, that comes with 8 gigabytes of RAM. If you go 256, you get 12 gigabytes of RAM. If you go 512 gigabytes, you get 16 gigabytes of RAM. A 6,000 milliamp hour battery. It's got triple camera sensors in the back. So there's a 64 megapixel by a 13 megapixel and a 5 megapixel. And then you also got a front camera with a 24 megapixel selfie in the front. So just some things to talk about the Asus ROG Phone 3, a large 6,000 milliamp hour battery. That's a big battery. A 144 hertz AMOLED display. So that's, I guess the refresh rate is 140. Well, no, it's 120 hertz, I believe it has. I know that the Asus ROG Phone 3 has like an insane refresh rate on the display, but obviously it's a gaming phone. Okay, yeah. There are some omissions with the Asus ROG Phone 3, but most of them don't affect gaming. It doesn't have wireless charging or water resistance, for example, and the design is sure to be divisive. If all you want your phone is for gaming, though, you either like the design or don't much care, then the Asus ROG Phone 3 is hard to beat. Never heard of Black Shark. Came out in March 2020. Android 10, screen size 6.67-inch display, resolution 280 by 2440. Snapdragon 865, 2 variations. So 128 gigs has 8 gigs of RAM. 256 has 12 gigs of RAM. 4,720 milliamp hour battery. Camera in the back, triple camera sensor setup with 64 megapixel, 13 megapixel, 5 megapixel with a 20 megapixel front facing camera. Doesn't really have much on it. I mean, it has a 90 hertz refresh rate display, so that's not like 120 or 144 hertz like the Asus ROG Phone. Huh. So I mean, you can go with OnePlus 8 Pro. You can go with any of those ones. To be quite honest, I would say, check out Tech Radar, the 9 best gaming phones. And the reason why I say that is because gaming is a little bit different today than what it was back then. So like, if your price is set at no more than $1,500, Even the Nubia Red Magic 5G would even be a possible buy. Um, just because it's, I mean, it's gaming. Kids play like, Fortnite and PUBG and Call of Duty. I mean, kids today would probably be more accurate to join the military and do some damage for how many first person shooter games they play and how much they play online with their friends. They actually build almost like a soldier type instinct within them already at a young age. And one person's over there pretty much calling the shots, telling people where to go. Take that high ground area, man. Use your sniper rifle, cover us from the top. You know, go on that side. We're gonna flank them from that side. Like, I hear how my kids play games, and I'm just like, wow, you guys should join the military. Only today does it want to get busy when I'm alone. Oh no. I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry. I hope everything's okay though. I hope it does kind of slow down a little bit. You do need a lunch break. I'm currently fasting right now. I'm in my fast zone. I don't eat until about 2 p.m., which is like in another hour and a half, and then I can finally eat something. Yeah, these these gaming things are like absolutely crazy. These gaming phones today, really, really crazy. Um, so, oh man, yeah, we kind of like went woo, way off the rails. I am going to let me just stop this right here. And yeah, whoa. Thanks so much for the super chat. I love tech a lot. I really, really appreciate it. I really do. And my kids are gonna appreciate it. It's gonna go to them. But thank you so much. Um, yeah, just look at those top 9 ones and just figure out which ones. Those aren't bad ones. I've like the ones that they name, like the Nubia Red Magic 5G, the Asus ROG Phone 3. As a matter of fact, TK, y'all know TK. Um, he actually has a video on the Asus ROG phone. I don't know if it's the 3rd gen or the 2nd gen, but even the Razer 2. Let me go find that one. Hold on. I think that's in the top 9. I just didn't get down to it. So let me reshare this again really fast for you. Um, yeah, trying to do this with a touchpad on a Chromebook is probably more easier if I had like a mouse. I should get a mouse to control this faster. Okay, boom. And so we're back up. Yep, let me just full screen this. And there we go. All right, let's find the Razer 2. There we go. That one actually came out in October 2018. That's a little bit outdated. But a lot of people still actually like it. Runs Android 9 Pie. I believe this is outdated information on the specs. I'm sure that it's been updated to probably Android 10. I'll have to look at that. We'll check it out here in a second. Screen size is a 5.772-inch display. Resolution is 256 by 1440. Snapdragon 845. 2 variations. 64 gig size gets 6 gigs of RAM. 128 gets 8 gigs of RAM. Up to a 1 terabyte expandable storage, 4,000 milliamp hour battery, a rear camera dual setup, 12 by 12 megapixels with the front selfie cam, 8 megapixels. Good morning. How are you doing? Yeah, it's done charging. Go grab your phone. Go ahead. Yeah, he needed that. So I mean, in places are still selling it close to 1,000, man. $949. This phone has to be really good in gaming. But anyways, yeah. So hopefully that helps you out. Hopefully that helps you out. Look around and have some options there. And whoa, I make it 20 for the kid. Oh my god, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. I really do. Thanks for the super chat. Really, really appreciate it. So anyways, let's kind of go back here. Yeah, I'm kind of stunned. I'm so sorry. I'm kind of stunned. So anyways, we'll leave it up to the chat here. You guys name me. So if Android 11 Go edition, if you were to have it, let's say like every Android phone that there was out there, doesn't have to be a brand new one. Okay, just every Android phone that was ever out there. Let's say that all the bootloaders were unlocked. There was availability to install Android 11 Go edition. the full software. Tell me what phone you would particularly want to run Android 11 Go that you would just be happy with. It doesn't have to be a new phone. It could be a phone from 2012. It could be a phone from 2013. But you guys tell me if you could pick one phone to throw Android 11 on, and well, Android 11 Go on. What phone would it be that you would be happy to use with Android 11 Go edition on it? Would love to know because there is several that stick out in my head. And you guys will probably laugh at me. But the not the very first Android phone, because to be quite honest, the very first Android phone looked like a BlackBerry. I don't know if you guys knew that. But the first Android phone to make it out, which is the HTC G1, I would love to have Android 11 Go edition on that. Well, of course, it didn't have 1 GB of RAM. I think it had like 512 megabytes of RAM, but still. So we got some answers here. Sony Xperia. Which one though? The LG K51. Nice pick. You love that on Boost Mobile. Yeah. That's actually not a bad one. Actually, there's another one from Sony that I really liked. It was actually used in the Amazing Spider-Man movie. It's a very small Sony device. So like the UI had to be changed up to accommodate how small it was, but it had a QWERTY keyboard to slide out if you really wanted to text. But it's the one that Peter Parker had when he was like sitting in the sewer, kind of waiting for the lizard to show up. He was playing that bubble pop game. I would love to see Android 11 Go edition on that one too. That would be pretty solid. It really would. But yeah, or not even the HTC G1. Where's my G2 at? There it is. Even on the HTC G2, I would love to see like Android Go 11 edition on this. Right? This would be kind of cool. I remember the days of like QWERTY keyboards and stuff like that. So let me send the invite out. See if he wants to come in if he's awake. Hopefully he's awake. It would be sad if he's still asleep because then I'd be like, hey, dude. Let me get him in here. See if I can get him in here. Okay, that's sent out. And, just for sakes, in case we decide to kind of swing into like movies and stuff like that, I'll send one out to him. See if they want to come in. Cool. Let's see. Oh, the 4 or 5. Okay. That was for the Sony Xperia. Yep. LG Optimus V, going way back for that one. Oh man, yeah, I remember when the LG Optimus V came out. That particular LG Optimus, like a lot of people were grabbing that one because the display size. Until like HTC had the Evo, the Evo 4G. Which was a much bigger display compared to what a lot of smartphones were back in the day. But the LG Optimus V was one that was pretty affordable with a bigger display. It had a 3.2-inch display. I know because my wife had that phone. I had the Samsung Intercept from Virgin Mobile. That was headaches, but I was flashing all kinds of ROMs on it just to try to get it much more smoother. Since it had stock Android, it didn't have look, thank God it did. They didn't put Samsung's TouchWiz on the Samsung Intercept. That would have totally bogged the phone down. It was so just so quirky. Hey bro, take care. Keep doing what you're doing. Going to get a OnePlus 8 Pro 12. Cool. All right, bro. Hey, you know what? And I hope it works out. Like, it'll be like, a really good experience for your son. So I was very happy to show you some options too as well. But thanks for joining us. Thank you again for the super chats. I really appreciate it. And my kiddos are gonna appreciate it. Optimus V was a rock. You know what was actually pretty cool too? The Optimus slide. Right? Alert warning for what? What is going on here? Oh, I got one of those urgent alerts. Yeah, of course I would. But what was the alert for? Anyways, let's see. I had the Intercept. It was terrible. Yeah, it was. I had, you know what, like on my original YouTube channel, which is gone, I wish I had downloaded all the videos before the channel was before I deleted the channel. Because back then I couldn't handle people making fun of me, like, first time YouTuber, didn't have thick skin. Nowadays I really don't care. But yeah, I had the Samsung Intercept and I had like a bunch of videos. Yeah, I wouldn't say they were full custom ROMs. All they were, they just took like the stock ROM of the Samsung Intercept on 2.2 Froyo, and all they did was just really just kind of take out a lot of the bloatware, a lot of the apps that wasn't needed, and really just kind of like brought it down to bare bones. And then just like did like customizations, like change the color of the notification shade. You were allowed to like put your own photo in the notification shade. The UI software and everything was like, it was dark, so it didn't eat the battery so fast. They had, they just had various different ones, including Cyanogen mod. I definitely dug running Cyanogen mod 6 on the Samsung Intercept, and then I put Cyanogen mod 7, but there were some things that was broken, like camera that wasn't working, so I just couldn't hold on to that very long. Those are the days of custom ROMing. I really miss those days. Yeah, so um, if not that, if this phone had a bigger battery, I would definitely I would have definitely gone with the HTC One A9 if it had a bigger battery. Like if they had put a was it like a 3000 milliamp hour battery in the HTC One A9, then I would love to have that rock Android 11 Go. Blue alert warning in this area until 11:38 p.m. Um, Monitor radio or TV. Okay, let me find out what's going on. A blue alert in my area. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, let me just make sure that my doors are locked. I guess something is going on. Please excuse me for like a few moments. I'll be right back, guys. I just got to make sure that my house is secure and stuff like that. That's why they're shooting a blue alert message in my area. Alrighty, I just had to make sure that the house was safe, the doors are locked and stuff like that. So we are good there. But yeah, I think the HTC One A9 would be a pretty interesting phone to be on Android Go 11, and I really do feel like that Google should pay attention to what a lot of people are saying and just make a entry level budget Pixel device. So let's see. So that way, when he gets his text message, he won't think it's the one from yesterday. I call it Friday Junior Podcast. Tell him check his DM. Chatting and driving. Naughty. Who's driving right now? Oh. Oh wow. It's here on my phone too. The blue alert. Yeah. Just gotta be careful. I didn't see exactly what went on, babe, but if you want to check it out, like what's happening in our area that we have to be on an alert, would definitely love to know. But I did check the doors. I locked the doors, so both the back door and the front door is locked up. The windows are locked and everything like that, and the security's armed, so we're good. Anything opens, I'm gonna hear that alarm go off. Uh, Gene, are you driving and watching, bro? You shouldn't be doing that. Definitely shouldn't be doing that. What is that? A cocktail? You're drinking and driving, Gene? That's not good. Let's see. Let's see if she's up for it. Hey Google, tell me a joke.
What do you get when you put a vest on an alligator? An investigator.
Oh, my phone told a joke too. I had the volume low. It said, "What happens when a frog breaks? It gets towed." So that's crazy. Stop. Okay, Google, you're still going on. Stop. Um. Let's see. I am hungry. Oh gosh, babe. Uh, only an hour and 10 minutes. I mean, if you're following my fasting thing, because I don't eat till 2. If you're doing that with me, and you could do it, babe. You can do it. Just an hour and 10 minutes. Drink some water. That was good for me. Water kind of fills me up, allows me to basically force my body to use my body fat for energy. So way to go. Um, yeah, I wonder is Lauren some up? Because I kind of like went live, or I started the live stream, like the I guess the chat was opened up like at 11 something, but um, yeah, figured he would come on here. Let's see. Can't wait, but no lunch today. Oh man, wow. That's because you have no. Wait, they're not gonna have anybody cover you, and then if since you're the only one there, who's gonna give someone the break at the other place? Because I know it was flip flopping between you and your assistant on who gives lunch breaks to that other cafe so they can go to lunch. They're gonna have to find somebody else from a different department then, but then they're also gonna have to find somebody to give you a lunch break. At least I would think. If I was like the main boss of that area, I would make sure that all my employees get a lunch break. I don't know. I get mad when I hear that my wife can't get a lunch break. It's not fair. You know what I mean? Because like she works all the way until 5:30 p.m. and yeah, we don't even get a break. That sucks. Nobody. Are you out of Lunchables? Let's see. I mean, a nice turkey sandwich right now. Oh man. Okay. Ah. Well, so I got something to basically show you. I'm gonna end this out pretty interesting, okay? So I think you guys will probably enjoy it. Don't exactly leave just yet. Some of you guys when you guys check this out, but I am pretty much closing out the podcast right now. I do want to thank everybody from coming in and hanging out. Obviously showing your support. Thank you to I Love Tech a lot for the super chat. Really appreciate that. Tomorrow's Aloha Friday podcast will be me and Lawrence hosting it. We will talk a little bit about tech. I think we're going to do like a Pixel versus iPhone battle that he wanted to do. So that's going to be pretty interesting. And he's got a surprise for you guys for, his very first, basically hosting the Aloha Friday podcast with me. And then once he gets everything situated with him, he will be hosting, like we'll flip flop the host. So it'll be like hosted on my channel one week. It'll be on his channel the next week. So a lot of those to be expected. But anyways, guys, I do appreciate you guys for coming in. Love you guys very much. Please be here tomorrow. And as always, aloha. Now check this out.